Blessings, Empress Byron here. Hey, Empress Vibrant here. Hope everybody is blessed. Welcome to Love Venus Friday, where we tap into the energy of love as it's a Venus day. And Venus is all about love, unity, partnership, and harmony. So, as I'm tapping into the energy, it feels really lovely. So, before I get into all of that, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when the readings come available. And also, I have slots available, and you can book your personal readings and your coaching sessions. All the information is in the description box below. I look forward to connecting to you. Without any further ado, let's get into what's going on with love. What is going on with the num 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 energy? So, the overall energy is transformation. Okay, transformation. And the messages: you use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. Okay, so what that signifies to me is that this misty energy that's been going on, I feel like everybody's coming out of this fog. um there's been a kind of thread throughout the readings where there's been a bit of a fog, a bit of a hazy, unsure space. A lot of emotions have been coming up to the surface, been dealing with things, and even while you've been sort of having this energy around your intention setting, I think the stuff that's been going on is informing your choices. So anyway, shifting through illusion. Yeah, so illusions, the things that we the fear-based things, so the false evidence appearing real, the fears of when things are not working, things not coming into fruition, having doubts, and just creating up stories in your head. So sometimes you may need to ask questions to get the answer so that you're not adding two and two together and getting 15. That kind of energy. So yes, it makes sense to to take stock, stop for a moment, decide whether or not what the train of thought that you're going on, is it beneficial? Is it the truth, or is it just emotions? And now you're feeding this fear. So yeah, I'm liking the fact that we're getting into the awareness. So you're aware of, right, I have times where I feel, extra sensitive. These are my triggers. When I hear this happens. You're aware of those subtle things. You're aware that a certain part of, for the ladies, certain parts of the month you're a little bit more sensitive. So instead of just shooting off at the mouth and going off, maybe you're just like, let me just relax myself, because it is my moon time, and let me just sip my tea and relax, because I'm a little bit sensitive right now. Hormones are all over the shop. So that kind of energy. So you have the transformation. So I know that that's what's going on. We're moving from one state of being to the next. And also I will link my my March readings, the general and the love. It's the first and second quarter of March. I will link it at the end of the video so that you can see what we're working through, because this transformation speaks very much to the tied up energy that was spoken about in the general reading, with the drama that's going on. But there are so much great things that go on, and there's a great outcome. So I'll link the videos there at the end so that you can get a bit more insight into what's going on throughout March. Anyway, let's get back to it. So we know that transformation is the energy that we're working with at the moment, and we are using the power of love to move through illusions. So things that are not real, the tricks, the negative thoughts and emotions, and we are shifting into awareness. So we're aware of the sensitive times that we may be going through. We are aware that people are going through shadow season, so people might be a little bit more prickly, they might be a little bit more sharp. you know, aware of where people are at emotionally and mentally. You know, it's about that emotional intelligence. And I think those who are hitting the mark right throughout their relationships are those who are able to read the situation, read the vibe, you know what I'm saying, and then act accordingly. So I'm kind of liking that energy, because it's like an informed way of behaving. We're not just allowing our emotions to take us any which way they decide to take us. We're actually saying, all right, this feeling's come up. I'm looking at this and I'm gonna be objective. It's a trigger for me, you know. So at the bottom of the deck, we have expression. Okay, expression. And it says, you are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. So expression. You are ready to transform. You are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. See, so that transform again, transformation, moving something. So, you know, you're ready to manifest these thoughts. So these thoughts of wanting the relationship to go the way you want it, the stability, the expression of love, the passion. You know, there's a lot of yummy, yum, yum energy here. So, you know, that sexual energy is on fleek right now, and especially if you're having them thoughts, you know, them ones where you're like, last time, want some more of that, and you're looking to manifest that space where you're, you know, you initiate, you create with one another. There's, you know, intense communication and chemistry here, and you are ready to express it. And I like the fact that you're transforming your thoughts into acts of love. So acts of service, support, listening, you know. And this is what I was saying about this emotional intelligence, moving from this illusion of maybe, you know, a partner's silent, or they're not saying very much, they're a little bit distant. And the illusions are the things, oh, maybe they're not feeling happy with me, maybe I'm doing something wrong, and you're creating up all of these things in your mind, and that's the illusion part. Whereas the awareness could be, what's going on for my partner right now. Maybe work's really a lot, maybe things with the children are a lot, the household, bills, all of the other things that could be going on. And that's the awareness of where your partner is actually at, instead of zeroing in on the fact that, you know, the possible issues are happening is because you guys, you know, you're the issue, you know. And it's not having the awareness, it's like having this energy where sorry it's like having this energy where we're talking about not letting our imagination run wild. You know, when the imagination run wild, you can one thought can lead on to some next thought. Then before you spin around, you're all deciding that you're going to pack up your things, you're done in a relationship, and you ain't had no conversation with no one. You know, you alone, yeah, you and the lower self vibrations are having this whole dialogue. Nobody's involved, you know, you're making big old decisions by yourself. And that's the illusionary energy that we are tapping into, so that we can transform that into awareness, so that we can be more observant of the situation, read the energy, read where your partner's at, and really have that emotional intelligence, you know. And that comes with dealing with what your own triggers are, because mainly when we kind of go through all of these things in our mind, we're not feeling comfortable, or we're feeling a little bit anxious, or we're a little bit vulnerable. So expression, we're moving that, so we're transforming that energy. So the overall energy we're doing is transformation, and we're expressing ourselves. So going into the messages that I picked up around love, we've got very soon. So it says, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Okay, clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. So, you know, getting out that illusional, you know, that illusionary space where you're not sure. You know, there's so much going on in your mind, so much negative things going on, that maybe that's kind of, you know, slowing it down. So this is why, you know, the spirit guides are saying, you know, slow down, you know, decide what you want and let it come to you. So let's find out what it is that's going on, what is coming very soon. Decide what you want. So what is coming? Very soon we have a King of Cups coming in. Or possibly you are the King of Cups and you are ready for love. You are able to express your emotions. You are a team player. You are a partner. You are a husband, a wife. You know, this is gender neutral, but this energy is like this masculine energy where, you know, this is somebody who wants to come in, express themselves, take control of the situation, work and build with you. And I love this energy because this is somebody who is grounded. You know, they go through a lot of emotions themselves, but they are willing to communicate that, you know, with this emotional intelligence. I think they have a keen sense of emotional intelligence. And I think they're the ones that are going to support you in, you know, being aware of where you're at right now, you know, and that you can have what you want very soon if you speak up, say what it is that you want, decide what type of relationship, how you want it to be manifested, you know. And if it's that you want somebody who is mature, somebody who has emotional intelligence, somebody who is willing to go the extra mile for you, you know, someone who makes decisions, you know, and this is about you making the decision, make the decision about what you want, you know. And you also want somebody who is, you know, who can make those decisions, make things happen. Wands are as action. So it's somebody who takes the ball by the horns. You say what it is that you need and they take action on it, you know. And the Two of Wands is making a decision. So I feel like for some of you, you're making a decision whether or not you actually really want this King of Cups energy. You actually want this new love. Especially if there's a lot of illusions and, you know, you're thinking, oh, well, the relationships I had in the past went like this. And, you know, maybe I might just decide to be on my own, you know, based on previous situations. But what I'm seeing here is that we've got the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is talking to us about this energy of, what can I say? It's like, the higher intuition, the higher knowing, the inner knowing. And I think this is where you're having to balance and take a step back. And this is why I'm saying clearly decide, because you've got so much going on in the mind with this illusion space, and then having to bring it back to the awareness. And the awareness now is tapping into the intuition and not allowing the 3D fears and anxieties and worries kind of make you feel like, well, I'll step back from that. But there is somebody here who is sort of waiting for you to decide whether you want them, you know, to take action on saying, well, I'm ready to date. I'm ready to have that communication. I'm ready to seek my life partner, my companion. Okay, so moving on, we've got wedding. This situation involves marriage. Okay, so for some of you that who are in committed relationships, you know, this is more, you know, talking phase, speaking. The very soon is like, you know, decide whether or not you want to have this relationship, whether it's going to be platonic or whether it's going to be, you know, a situationship that's going to become official. That kind of energy. And then this is someone who's, you know, committed into something. This is a wedding. This situation involves marriage. So for some of you, this is your actual wife or husband, and the scenarios that's around this, or possibly those who are embarking on marriage. Maybe we're in the planning phase, and we know how stressful planning a wedding can be. Or it could be, you know, in the first couple of months of marriage, or you could be further along, and maybe this is what's, you know, there's a lot going on. So the illusions are, you know, this relationship will be like this forever. There's not an upgrade to this. You know, when the reality is that if you're aware of where the slumps are and where the dips are and how long you've been sitting in this space, then you can decide how you want it to go and act accordingly. And this is what that Wands is about, that taking action. So anyway, clarifying this wedding, this situation involves marriage. We've got the Devil. So we know this is all about the fears, anxieties, the worries. This is the overindulgences. This is addictions. This is quite heavy, destructive energy. So possibly there is a lot going on where it's sort of like, you know, we've got action, you know, we've got expression here. So we're talking about turning our thoughts and transforming into acts of love. So possibly it's about transforming these negative thoughts into actions of, okay, I'm going to see what's going to happen. That's my doorbell. Hold the phone 1 second. Excuse me, I'm back. Sorry about that. So where were we? So we were talking about this devil energy under wedding. So this situation involves marriage. And I feel like for some of you, you are dealing with somebody, you are married to somebody who is going through something quite heavy. I think it is possibly connected to some type of loss, grief. And I feel like it's kind of gotten them into a slump where they're abusing substances to cope. Take that as it resonates. But I feel like for some of you, you guys are supporting this person through it, and others are having to cut off the, you know, the illusion of, you know, I can support this situation wholeheartedly and I can heal my husband, wife, whereas that illusion, you can only do so much. You know, I'm going to be the person who saves the day, rushing in, that kind of thing. But then there is an energy where you need to be aware that there needs to be outside influences, outside sources, possibly seeing a therapist, you know, counselor, you know, the AA, you know, anything that's to do with supporting. You know, it was probably, he said, but a lot more than just your love and devotion, you know. And some of the times we don't even realize that we are enablers, because we want our partners to feel good, you know, and supported. But sometimes, you know, we need to be objective. And sometimes someone outside of that relationship can see what's necessary and what's needed, and then can take the steps because they're not bound by emotions or bound by duty. That's more of an intimate kind of duty to what, like, you know, as in husband and wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend kind of relationships. So we've got the Page of Pentacles as well. So this talks about our physical world, stability, our home, finances, our career, you know, our business ventures, things of that nature. So anything to do with, you know, our coin, making money. So I feel like for some of you, you are in the very early stages of your, I think for some of you, you're in the first stages of your marriage or your wedding planning. You're at the first, you know, maybe you're at the beginning of it. The page talks about starting something, and I think for some of you, you're really starting to focus on the home and the stability. For some of you, you are decorating and getting the household together, making sure everywhere in the house has got its own little, everywhere in the house has got its own little theme, or everything's got its own little place, you know. So I feel like, you know, just starting to kind of find your feet in this relationship, in this marriage. We've got the and for some of you are definitely utilizing your partner for the links that they have for you to start some type of venture as well. So I like that. And we've got Judgment. So we know there's definitely some divine support within your relationship right now. And I feel like where it's talking about this energy of taking action, doing something that you're called to do. This is what the Judgment talks about. So it's like, you know that innately something is telling you to take action, especially for those who are dealing with a partner who is going through a lot and their substance misuse or whatever it is. I think the action possibly could be, you know, we need to have an intervention here. We need to sit down and have a heart to heart. I need to make my family or their family aware that we're struggling, something's happening, we need some extra support. And that's the kind of actions that I think is being taken. And then for some of you, this action that's being taken is to bring your relationships to the next level. Is pop the question, what is going on? So people are planning in the background as well. Yeah, I feel like, oh, that's a really nice energy. Yeah, for some of you, you're planning, you're like, I want to put a ring on it, I want to make it official. I really want to let this person know that I want to take it to the next level. I want us to have a family together. Yeah, I want us to have a family together, because we are counterparts, you know, we balance each other out, you know, we are divine. Yeah, we're a divine partnership, a power couple, you know. You pour into me and I pour into you, you know, and that's the type of marriage that you want. Because sometimes when we talk about marriage, we'll always hear about the divorce rates, and how every minute they're just going sky high. And it seems like a lot of the narrative is, why bother? You know, but I think for some of you, you are in this partnership and you recognize that, listen, this person pours into me and I love the way they pour in, you know what I mean? You know, we pour into each other, and there ain't nothing like this. So I need to lock it down. I need to make them aware that I'm going to be here, you know, that I'm wanting to take things to the next level. You know, I don't want them to feel like things are not moving. You know, I want to start manifesting. I want to start taking this thoughts of, this person is so wonderful and I can't see my life without them, to taking actions, you know, acts of love, it says, and it turns, so it says, you are expression, you are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. So that acts of love could be serving your partner, making sure that you are being emotionally intelligent, like I said, and then expressing your love and your intention to make an honest or honorable person out of your significant other. I'm really liking that energy, you know. And then we've got Page of Cups. So this is an emotional situation that's possibly you haven't really dealt with before. So for some of you, this is those who are possibly at the beginning of their relationship, or, you know, they're kind of further along down in their marriage, but they've just come up to the first, I don't say the first bump, but something that's really significant. And I think you've never had to deal with this in your marriage before, and it feels like some type of emotional betrayal. It doesn't even feel, yeah, it seems almost like emotional cheating then. So it's not anything that's physically happening, but you're divulging, or your partner's divulging, a lot of emotional and personal information that would possibly heal and mend the marriage if they was having that conversation with their significant other. But there's some type of block, and I feel like because of this lack of communication, or the fact that there's so much emotions going on unchecked or not explored further, you know, I feel like that's why there is a need to express. So I feel like it's coming in a way where some of you are expressing yourself outside of the house. And then for some of you, where there is this energy where, you know, this is the first time you've had the first little bump in the road. You know, your relationship's been going cool thus far. You've had a few little niggles, you know, and that's what happens when you get to know somebody, you know, and you start kind of getting to that stage where it's like, oh, you know, oh, I think something was missing. I feel like I might to get my tones back on. I was thinking something feels off. Something don't feel right. Something don't feel right. But we're back. And it feels better. That's better. I knew something was missing. But like I was saying, for some of you, this is like, you know, the first real, how do we get past this? Because for some of you, once you hit that certain bump, it's like, do we got enough, you know, foundation to keep this running, or should we just cut our losses and go our separate ways, because I haven't got time for this and I ain't got time for that, you know? Or there is that kind of, this is the first bump in the road, how do we manage, you know? Is this the end of our relationship? Is this the end of our marriage? You know, especially where I was saying this emotional cheating. Yeah. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. So we know that, I feel like for some of you, this is, I've worked my money, I've got my ish together, you know, I've created a life for myself where I'm able to be at a stage where I have enough coin to ask this person to marry me, to bring things to the next level, to show somebody that I'm serious, you know, to state my claim. You know, this is somebody, you know, putting down on a down payment on a home. Let's go on a luxury holiday, you know, possibly fronting the bill for the wedding, you know, and all that kind of energy. So I'm loving the fact that there is somebody who's got this zest. This person feels very, very organized. They feel, I mean, well, this is an earth sign card. So we're talking about Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So it's that kind of energy. So somebody who's really quite focused on what it is, especially that sort of Virgo details, tenacity, dedication, that kind of energy. So we've got somebody who is about that life, and they're really making sure that they can provide for you in this space. Yeah, they really want to provide. They want to feel, they want you to feel secure. So I feel like this person is, if they haven't got all their pentacles in a row, they're working towards being this King of Pentacles. But I feel like there is this boss energy. And this person ain't playing. When they come to you with this scenario, or if you are married to somebody who is like this, what they ask of you is that you bring that emotional nurturing with them, you know, keep it with them. They'll make sure that you feel secure financially, you're stable, your foundation is right. But what they are asking of you is that you can open up a bit more, you can be a bit more vulnerable, let them in. You know, there is that kind of energy. Don't just keep outsourcing to other people. It feels like, you know, why do you trust those people more than you trust me? Why don't, you know, they want that kind of sense of intimacy and trust. And then we've got this could be the one. This could be the one. So you've already met the romantic partner you seek. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. This could be the one. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this person. So this could be the one. You've already met this person. And look who's next to the King of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So definitely for those who have said, you know, they're ready to propose to this person, they want to create this dynamic where they come in and they can build with you, they can take care of you. What's lovely is that you've got the King and Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles, she's got her own anyway. She builds and stacks for herself. This is someone who's decided, right, this is what I'm going to do, this is what our finances are going to look like. And it's really nice to see them right next to one another. You know, one's under wedding and one's under this could be the one. So I feel like some of you who have decided, like, look, I've put enough away, I've got a decent enough nest egg to make this offer, to ask this question, to make this offer of unifying our households coming together. So anyway, this could be the one. So the Queen of Pentacles. So this is somebody who's got their ish together as well, you know, or at least they're putting away for that, so that when they're ready to start the family, you know, when they are ready to move in with one another, they feel secure. And this is somebody who makes sure they take care of stuff. This is a dot the I, cross the T's, making sure everything is right. You know, they're about saving their coin, spending as well. They like the luxury of life as well. And this is what they're balancing as well. So I feel like, you know, I feel like the illusion is, you know, that I may not have enough to start my family. When realistically, you are the Queen of Pentacles, money's coming in for you. You know, you've got things going on, your ventures are building, and you're gaining momentum, and people are recognizing your face more. You know, we've got the Four of Wands, so we're talking about our stability, our home, the things that we can celebrate, the things that we build together, our foundation. So again, we've got another foundation kind of card. We've got another energy around taking action on securing something, stabilizing our household, stabilizing our relationships, our interactions with one another, stating whatever it is that you really, really want, making sure that, you know, your partner knows how to love you, what's your love language, you know, how best can we, what's the word for it? How best can I love you? How can we get the best out of one another? And the fact that you already know this person or have met them, possibly, yeah, I feel like this is definitely a power couple energy. When you guys learn how to really work together and build this foundation, this ain't no joke. Because we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So we know that this power couple, their earning opportunities, their gifting opportunities, their entrepreneurial investments, their skills, their abilities to nurture and grow wealth, you know, is second to none. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This is making sure everything, you know, there's so many opportunities to have wealth and prosperity and to make things happen and to watch your investments grow, people, you know. And this is the investments in yourself and the effort that you put into your family, your home, and your partnership, and this expression of love. You know, you are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. You get what I mean? So it's like, you're not just going to keep thinking about, oh, you know, I'd really like to, you know, upgrade our relationship. I feel like I really want to make it known that I want to move this on to the next level. Or again, for some of you, there is this energy where, you know, you have to clearly decide what you want. You have this person coming in, you know, you can make the decision to give somebody a chance, you know, and just use your intuition on it. This is the High Priestess here, you know, that intuitive energy, that inner knowing, that innate communication, the higher self portal, you know, this is that 6th and 7th chakra energy, you know, that divine link. So there's no need to really worry about how the outcome is going to be, but just feel the energy. And then when we're talking about wedding, this situation involves marriage. You know, for some of you, you're dealing with a partnership where it's quite toxic right now because the person who you're dealing with is abusing substances, or is gambling, or is over smoking, or it's excess energy, it's negative, it's possibly arguments and putting you down, or, you know. And look at this, kind of like trying to control the situation. You see that the devil energy is controlling this person. This person is not in control of themselves. This vice or this addiction, this way of being is excessive, and it's taken them over. And I feel like it's causing a huge rift. But for some of you, you have decided to be like, look, you know, possibly, you know, like I said, this devil energy feels like it's on the back of some type of grief or loss. So loss of a job, I know, grieving over the loss of a loved one, or something's not gone right for this person in this scenario. It's not as they wanted it to look. But for some of you, you are more about starting something fresh. You know, you're deciding to take care of the household. You're looking about your stability. You're looking about your coin, how you're making your money, how you feel good in your skills and your abilities, you know, to create something physical, you know, your foundation that you're laying right now, you know. And maybe it might just be into the idea phase. Maybe this is just right now, we are in this union. This is how I would like us to start. Let's start the way we mean to go on, and starting from a place of stability and making sure that the foundation is here, you know, showing the world what you have to offer as well. There is this energy of, you know, maybe broadcasting, oh, we're married now, we you know, this is, you know, we've moved in together, we're having a baby. This would be an announcement of, you know, a next stage as well. You know, we're pregnant, guys, we're having a baby. It's like, oh, so soon after the wedding, I'm not surprised, or wow, that's amazing, whatever it is. And then we've got the Judgment, take action, you know, on the things that you feel that you need to. So that's, you know, taking care of the household, taking care of your responsibilities, and for yourself as well. Take that time out for yourself. But there is taking action on something that you know you need to do. So for some of you, this is supporting somebody, getting help. There is partnership and love here. For some of you, this is you pouring into one another, and it's a divine partnership, and you do want to bring it to the next level. This is the relationship that feels like we're moving towards our wedding. Maybe this is planning, and you are supporting one another throughout a very stressful time as well. The Page of Cups is an energy where there's been some type of heartbreak, some type of disappointment, and maybe this is the first time we've actually had to deal with this particular thing, and it's like, oh, things were going quite well, and then for some of you, this is that thing, this is another thing, but it's the first thing that's come up that you're like, can I really deal with this? Is this the end of our relationship? Because we've never had to deal with this type of energy before, this emotional relationship, this emotional cheating, this you know, it's all a lot of energy. It's a lot of, you know, this Page of Cups energy, it's a lot of, you know, a lot of emotions going on. And for some of you, this is like, I don't really want you to share what's going on with us elsewhere. Talk to me, that kind of energy. And then I feel like this is the energy again around this King of Pentacles. He's willing to do. I'll take care of. I will make sure you have. I've got it. I've been putting down. I've got a nest egg. I've put all down for a rainy day. You know, I've got the wedding fund, you know, and I've got the college, the children's college tuition mapped out, you know, that kind of energy, you know. But I want you to level with me. I want you to become a little bit more vulnerable. This could be the one energy around making sure you've got what this is someone who's got their coin. You've got the Page of, the Queen of Pentacles. So much is going on. Yeah, and there's a little nervousness around that as well, about having your own. This could be the one. Yeah, I feel like you want someone who's got their own, but not so much so that you don't feel needed by them. You know, it's like, well, they've got their stuff. What do they need me for? There is an energy around that as well. We've got the Four of Wands. So this is definitely the stability, the foundation, the home, celebrating the new chapter in your lives, the stability, possibly starting a family, having babies, you know, and working together, that power partnership, you know, where you put your resources together, and the untapped financial, that the King and the Queen of Pentacles right next to one another in this reading. So I feel like this is what you guys are working towards, being this power couple where, you know, whatever you put your hand to, it's a winner. I love that. Yeah, man, work on your creations, people. We've got so many pentacles. So ideas, business, business projects, new career, new job, new role, studying, you know, putting away for a rainy day, building. Yeah, man, I love that. Yeah, focus on those things, focus on that togetherness, and don't allow the illusions of what may not work, or the illusion that things are always going to be the same. You know, we've had a couple of years where it's been quite dry, nothing ain't happened, it's been quite stagnant, it's always going to be like that, you know. And to be aware that you can contribute to the energy positively or negatively, and it's completely up to you which way you want to swing. So, and in closing, just some words of encouragement and some advice from the animal spirit deck. We have the spider spirit. Make your dreams real. Make your dreams real. So again, focus on the things that you want to do. You know, make your dreams real. You know, not the negative illusions, but the, you know, look at all these pentacles here. Create, 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 people. This is physical. Create, create, create. You know, manifest, you know, together. That's sex magic as well, people. You know, creating that energy where you're thinking of the things that you really want to do. You know, meditating on that when you are in that heightened space, when you're with that divine counterpart and you've got that energy. Use that for manifestation as well. You know, take that as it resonates. For some of you, that will be something that you guys already do. This might be the first time you've, you know, heard it and been like, what? You know, we've got chameleon spirit, act as if. So yeah, act as if you've got everything that you need already, you know, and then it will fall into place. It's this kind of negative space, you know, and we're talking about the act as if, yeah, turning your thoughts and transforming them to acts of love, you know. So yeah, start becoming what it is that you want. Start embodying the type of person who has the type of relationship that you're after, you know, that type of connection. Coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. Yeah, so things might not always go, you know, the smooth sailing or the way that it's been, you know, noted down. So, you know, we get married this year, we have a child the following year, you know, or we go on holiday and then we go and have a bit, you know, maybe it might not work out like that. Maybe you might have the child before the wedding comes, and that might create some kind of anxiety or kind of fear, because that's not how you want it to go. But if the baby comes before the marriage, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that you just get some more practice in on what it will look like. You get what I'm saying? Being a family and getting an insight into how your partner manages looking after two humans. You know, how you can support your partner while they're going through a serious transition. You know, it could be, you know, that the detour is, you know, I work this particular time, I'll work over here for a few months, I'll come back here. Maybe it's that, you know, instead of going away to work, maybe it's like I stop work for a while and I just deal with my entrepreneurial stuff, you know, and it might be nervous to step out of that, but with the support with one another, you know, acting and you know, doing the acts of love, the acts of service, and transforming those kind of what we'd like to do and how I would want to do, but into acts of love. So you can support your partner through that. You know, maybe you might need to dip into a little nest egg. You know, there is untapped resources. You know, there's ways in which there's opportunities to gain, to make, to be gifted, to win, to earn, you know. So possibly, like I said, possibly it might be things may not go in the right order. Things might be slightly later. Maybe maybe the wedding is pushed back slightly, you know, but everything that's here is that you have you have everything that you need here. So trust in the divine detours. Otter spirit, you are never alone. You are never, ever, 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 ever alone. Okay, we have your ancestors, your spirit guides, the Most High, you know, your higher self, you know, that God self. You are never alone. You know, even if you feel, you know, with this very soon energy, you know, maybe you haven't clearly decided whether you want this person to come in, whether you want this relationship. But like I said, use your intuition, you know, but you are never alone, even if you don't have that partner that you seek as yet. You're never alone, and you're constantly building and you're constantly growing, you know. And when that partner comes in, you look at all of these beautiful things that are coming up. So, you know, I love it. And this is a timeless reading. So although I do this reading on a Friday, it's not, you know, this hasn't happened within the Friday from you know, Friday to Friday, you know, maybe one or two themes or maybe none at all, because obviously it's very general and it will not resonate with everyone. But it's just this energy, you know, that we're working towards kind of feeling grounded, you know, and we're transforming. So the last one is grasshopper spirit. Take a leap of faith. Yes, take a leap of faith. See what on. Yeah, man, see what on. See what on, people. See what on. Yeah. So transformation. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. That's right. Not letting our minds run us so fast to the edge that we're not even aware of what we're doing and what's actually happening right in front of our noses, because we're so far looking into the future, and in the present we're just like totally unawares. And then expression at the bottom of the deck. So you are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. I love that. Okay, my lovelies, that has been your Love Venus Friday reading. And like I said, I will link the March first quarter and part 2, which is the love spread for March, where some of these themes are in there and also more extended as well. So check those out. And yeah, take care, everybody. Guidance and protection. Blessings.